Let's go back to history. Let's go back to, the Americans have all, back in the old days, Wahhabism was used by the British against the Turks. The British wanted the Arabs to believe that the Turks are not Islamic. So the way they did that was say that Sufi is not Islam. That the Turkish Islam, which is basically Sufi Islam, like Kashmiri Islam, a very moderate and, in my view, the genuine Islam, was not Islam. So they used that against the Turks and they converted Arabs into Wahhabis. So the Wahhabis hated the Turks. Then Nasser, the Arab nationalists came, Ben Bella, etc. turned up, if you remember, and these people were challenging the West. So they wanted a counter to Nasser. Again, the Muslim Brotherhood, don't forget, was the counter to Nasser. Muslim Brotherhood was strongly supported. They started getting a little negative. Americans, after Sadat came and it attacked Sadat also, but during the time of Nasser, the Brotherhood was given an amazing amount of assistance by the United States. And so, first against the Turks, then against the Arab nationalists, then against the communists. You have this invasion of Afghanistan. So, in multiple occasions, they have been partners of the West. So now I think it's just the memory of those past things. They don't realize after 9/11 they should understand this is the enemy. It's always been the enemy, quite frankly. It's been a mistake to support it. Like Zail Singh supported Bindranwale. It is a mistake. Jayalalitha supported LTT. It's a huge mistake for her. Because if she continues this kind of thing, you're going to have LTT active in Tamil Nadu. You're going to have it active in Sri Lanka. Bombs are going to fly. People are going to be killed. It's as ridiculous a mistake as it was done by Bindranwale, by Zail Singh supporting Bindranwale. But I mean, the religious fanatics have always been seen by the West as people who can help them against what they believe to be the enemies, which are the Turks, the Arab nationalists, and the communists. So that history of joint activity, number one. Number two, Qatar and Saudi Arabia are the two Wahhabi states in the world. Very strong. They're giving a lot of funding to Wahhabism. Both are Western allies. So there again, Qatar and Saudi Arabia, the religious establishment, they're totally Wahhabi. So there's a perception that Wahhabis are friends. I mean, I can't explain it frankly. For example, Libya. I could not explain the Libyan operation, quite frankly, because it seemed absurd that, you get rid of a person who surrendered the entire WMD to you, who opened his market to you, who made himself helpless in front of you, and yet you kill him. You throw him out. And it was pointed out by me and quite amazed that, look, that's the end of North Korea. They're never going to, it's the end of Iran. They're never going to stop their nuclear thing because now you're seen to it that if you surrender like Gaddafi and Saddam, you get knocked out. You get killed. Saddam surrendered, gave up WMD, he was finished off. Gaddafi surrendered, he was finished off. Obviously, Mr. Assad is not in a hurry to be finished off. All those YouTube videos must have been seen by him also. It would have been seen by Mrs. Asma Assad, who, by the way, is a Sunni. If you look at the BBC or CNN, you won't know that 70% of the Syrian cabinet is Sunni. That President Assad's wife is a Sunni. Some of his cousins are Sunni. The defense minister, the prime minister, and the interior minister of Syria are Sunnis. You won't know that. Because the dialogue that is being conducted by the West is so completely wrong and one-sided. Assad is some kind of a Shia fanatic who's, tyrannizing the Sunni. The Alawites are not regarded as Shia even by Shia because they go around in micro-minis. They all believe in the virtues of alcohol, which thank God they do. Some of us also do the same thing, at least a little bit of red wine, if nothing more than that. But so I'm sorry, for me, I'm a friend of the West. Remember, the 21st century Anglosphere and people that I've been looking for an alliance with the West for a long time on good terms. It's beyond me as to why they're making this kind of a choice. It's harming them, it's harming the world. My prediction on Syria is very simple. 3 to 4 years from now, suicide bombers are going to be rampant across Europe because of Syria. If Assad is removed, suicide bombers are going to be all over Europe. My point about Libya was, Libya is going to export terror across the region. It's happening in Iraq. What's happening in Iraq? Libyan arms. What's happening in Mali? Arms from Libya. So by liberating Libya, you have destabilized the whole region. By liberating Syria, you're going to put a dagger into the heart of Europe. Americans will be safe, the Europeans are not going to.